music machine. The music machine. Play us some music, music machine.
What kind of music shall I play?
How about some Razzmatazz?
Here's some music with pizzazz.
Now let's check the music scene with our favorite music machine.
Hello, music makers. I'm up here on this ladder. Today I'm sitting in a pretty high place. Have you ever been in a high place? Maybe you've flown in an airplane or ridden on a roller coaster. Look around you for a minute. I'm sure you can see things in your classroom that are in high places, like lights in the ceiling. Maybe there's a clock high on the wall. Now, I think I'll move to a much lower place. In fact, I'm moving to the floor. It's probably the lowest place in your room. Maybe you've crawled very low to reach something under your desk. Can you reach high with me? Let's reach high. That's it. Now, reach low with me. Here we go. That's right. Relax. You know, sounds can also be high or low. If you investigate some things around your room, you may be able to find some sounds that are higher or lower than others. Listen to these objects. Some of the sounds are higher and lower. I'm wondering if your ears, though, can hear the difference between high and low. Let's find out. We'll go visit with the music machine. Come with me. Are you ready to say a big hello to the music machine today? Then say it with me, music makers. Hello, music machine. It's about ready.
Hello, music makers. How may I help you?
Today we're talking about high and low sounds. We want to be able to hear the difference, music machine.
I can help. Here are some high notes.
Why don't you reach high with me, music makers? Boy, those were really high notes.
Here are some low notes.
Reach low with me, music makers. Boy, those were really low notes.
Now, why don't you and the music makers move your whole bodies high and low as I play some high and low notes for you?
That sounds like fun. Let's stand, music makers. Now, when we hear the music go high, we'll move our bodies as high as we can. And when we hear the music low, we'll move as low as we can. Listen carefully. Play for us. Ooh, these are high notes. Like that, music machine. Now this time I'm just going to watch you go high and low, music makers. Listen and go where the music tells you to go. Play for the music machine. Boy, they're really moving high now. Down they go. Well, they're really low now. Back up they go. Very good, music makers. Now, let's make high and low sounds, but this time let's make them with our voices. Can you start high and swoop low like the wind with an ooh sound? Let's try it together. Here we go. Woo! Try it again, music makers. Woo! What are you laughing about?
It sounds like you're ready for Halloween.
Really? Now, I'd like to tell you a story about a musical mouse. Mezzo, the musical mouse. A mouse that lives in the middle C note of a piano. Music machine, are you ready to help with the story?
I'm ready.
Good. Listen and see what Mezzo learns about high and low notes. Once upon a time, there was a musical mouse named Mezzo. Mezzo lived in the middle C note of a piano owned by the Robinson family. The thing Mezzo liked doing most, besides eating, was playing the piano. Each day he would come out of his little house to sing and play this song. I'm Mezzo, the musical mouse. Middle C is my house. Here's my house. Isn't it nice? I'm Mezzo, the musical mouse. Listen, I'll play for you now. Here are some skipping notes. Weren't they nice? But if you like stepping notes, I really can do them real well. Weren't they grand? I'm Mezzo, the musical mouse. Middle C is my house. Here's my house. What a beautiful sound. No one in the Robinson family knew that Mezzo lived in their piano, but one member of the family had been hearing strange noises, and that family member was the cat. Mezzo knew about the cat and tried to watch out for him, but when Mezzo played the piano, he liked only to think of the beautiful melody he was playing, not about some silly old cat. One day, Mezzo decided he'd do something he'd never done before, go far from his home in middle C. He wanted to find the lowest notes on the piano. He planned to start at middle C and go up the notes to the very top note of the piano. He thought he'd find the low notes there. He peeped from his house, and seeing no one around, he began his journey up the keys. But as he skipped up the keys, he noticed the notes weren't getting lower, they were getting higher. And when he reached the very top note of the piano, he discovered it was the very highest. What a high note. But if these are the high notes, where are the low notes? Thought Mezzo. He decided to try the other end of the piano. He began skipping down the keys. Yes, the notes were getting lower and lower. He went down to the lowest note on the piano. Oh, my, what a nice low note. He was really enjoying the low note when his nose twitched. And then it twitched again. It was a familiar smell. He took a big sniff. It had to be the cat. He looked over his shoulder, and sure enough, there was a cat standing on the high notes. Mezzo began to tremble, but then he had an idea. Pulling himself up to his full 3 inches and looking really fierce, Mezzo raced up and down the low notes of the piano. The cat was shocked. He jumped from the piano and ran away, and Mezzo ran back up the low notes, sliding into his home. Phew, that was close. But you know, the cat never bothered Mezzo again. And Mezzo was glad, because he loved to play the notes of the piano, high and low. Mezzo certainly is a talented mouse. Did you hear the high and low notes in that story? I hope so. Now I'd like to show you some high and low notes on my step bells. Oh, where did I put them, though?
Here they are.
Oh, good music machine. You have them for me. Maybe you've seen step bells before. The step bells are a little like the notes on the piano. Remember that Mezzo found that when he went to the right, the notes got higher. When he went to the left, the notes got lower. Let's see what happens when we play the step bells and we go to the right. Well, did the notes get higher? Let's do it again. Listen. Yes, the notes did get higher. Now, what's going to happen when we go to the left? Suppose they're going to get lower? Let's see. What happened? The notes got lower again. This is the lowest note on the step bells. This is the highest note. Pretend you're playing the low bell with me. Now pretend you're playing the high bell with me. Move all the way up. That's it. Look at the distance between these bells. They're pretty far apart, aren't they? Now some other music makers are going to play some high and low sounds for you. Listen carefully and see if you can tell when the sounds are high or low. Very good, music makers. Thanks for helping us, Music Machine. Now we have to say goodbye.
I'll say it in a high voice. Goodbye, music makers!
Now why don't you have some fun making high and low sounds all your own. Goodbye.
The Music Machine is a production of the Music and Radio and Television Departments of the Indianapolis Public Schools.